and welcome to Playtime with Dolphy, and welcome to Halloween week. I have a lot of videos planned for this week, particularly for on Halloween day, so definitely stay tuned on my channel and keep checking back frequently. I hope you all had a wonderful autumn season and that you're going to continue to have a great Halloween week if you celebrate, and a great Halloween day if you don't celebrate. Though I hope you still have a wonderful rest of the autumn season. We still have all of November to enjoy autumn and all of its coziness that it entails. I'll be delving into the final episode, the series finale and season finale, episode 4 of season 2 of The Last Door. I've really enjoyed playing this game for all of you, and I can't wait to see what's in store in this episode, because I think I've only played this episode once, so you know me, I probably don't really remember it. There are bonus episodes as well, so I will see about covering those too. Let's go ahead and hit, no, not options, I want to hit episodes. So we've done the playwright, we've done My Dearest Visitor, we've done the reunion, and now we will be covering episode 4, Beyond the Curtain. After forcibly crossing into the veil, Wakefield explores the land of fog, where the final truth will be revealed. And if you remember, if you tuned in for the last episode, at the end of it, we finally found David beyond the veil. So if you haven't watched the rest of this series, I highly recommend you check out the playlist for it below and get caught up. I'm just waiting on it to load. Here we go. Previously on The Last Door. After Kaufman's sudden death, Dr. Wakefield travels to the island of Eyeless Moor to search for the ancient Crone Medan, a supposed path to the other side. He discovers the island inhabitants had a terrible secret. They instill in primordial terror and ritual subjects for them to cross the door and come back as hideous abominations. Wakefield is himself subjected to this ritual, and transported to an endless land of fog, where he finally seems to meet his missing patient, David. That's commitment to your patient right there, willing to travel to the great beyond to search for them. It must be stopped. We have not come this far. To see our work ruined now. I will never press this. I will never skip it. The soundtrack's just too good. The intro's too good. And the pixel art is just too good. Beep. We left the black waves of that sea behind and walked through the mist. At times, gusts of wind parted the mist, revealing a barren landscape under a dying sun. At first I could not contain my many questions, but David's only reply was a grave silence. Eventually I lapsed into an uneasy quiet, and resolved to follow my patient, I knew not where. We wandered through the vast desert without any apparent goal. On occasion, vague shapes appeared in the distance, crumbling towers and abandoned cities, lost amongst the rippling dunes. With the passage of time lost its meaning. I had traversed that world all my life, all the world's life. Our journey was eternity. Then the man at my side, whom I had followed so long, stopped. He spoke for the first time. We are nearing the threshold. It is the starting point, Doctor. The first place to look. I will be waiting on the other side. Remember this. I will not be here forever. Darkness will light your way, but then you will be alone. Season 2, Episode 4, Beyond the Curtain. Well, this is a very mysterious area. Time to investigate. Where could my companion have met? The threshold. I knew of this. Strange memories returned to me of another life, before the desert was my everything. And those cryptic words, darkness will light your way. It was not the first time I had heard them. They were from a dream, a terrible dream, when I had begun to follow the trail of my missing patient and taken my first steps to uncovering the secret world of the veil. A person, if you can call them that. Everyone has those creepy masks on. Look to the sky, it reaches to the earth, but will never meet it. Can you see the magnificence of this infinite horizon? The cold, unattainable, all-embracing darkness. This is the outer limit of the threshold. Not far from here, the black waves of truth wash upon the veil that covers human eyes, and it falls apart. Raise your arms, for the wind calls our name. The hour has come for us to take flight one last time. Oh, I wasn't done talking to the creepy cult members. There is no death but rebirth. There is no void but awakening. I am too tired to go on, to keep seeking what was promised us. But at least here I am safe, safe from the terrible hazard of peering through my own shadow. The path is blocked by sharp rocks I cannot make my way through. A path winds into the forest, but these trees are too dense for me to go any further. Well, it's a house. Let's go investigate it. Wait, that looks like the house from the beginning of the game, kind of. Oh, it is the house from the beginning of the game, from way back in the first episode, the first season. Pendulum strokes are sickly slow, but they seem to keep time in this place. The paintings lack any form or composition. They are a uniform shade of the purest black imaginable. The door is locked. They're locked even in this place. There was something inside the bird cage. It's some kind of root. It seems to have a human shape. Could be mandrake root. They're known for having a very human shape. There was something inside that cage. A shadow staring at me with dead eyes. Can we feed it the root? No. Did the root just move in my inventory? Maybe not. Some kind of branch or root, disturbingly human in shape. Nothing over there. The root is wiggling in my inventory. It's actually moving. Ew. Rocks have been piled against the wall as if to conceal something. The ground is soaked in blood. Black feathers are strewn about. What happened here? So things scattered from throughout the different episodes in the series. An old gramophone. There's no disc. I guess I could go try going back inside the house. There's nothing for me here. I guess I can interact with the shadow. Unless it bites me. Good way there's no way to die in this game. Oh my gosh, that's creepy. I can see something in it. No. Through it. It's though I was staring into a dark void. Off in some remote distance, colorful shapes flow in seemingly impossible patterns. Jeremiah Devitt, Edward Street 24, Westminster, London, correct? I should see Stalin and send it, set the plan in motion. But what then? Lead my old friend through this dangerous journey? Oh, we get to see when the original letter was written. The shadow was gone. There's something on the cage floor. A rusty key. It's kind of gross watching it wiggle. The cage is open, and the shadow is gone. I wonder if this goes here. Yep. Ew, that's eerie. Oh, that's very creepy anyway. It's like a giant centipede thing. What the heck? So much suffering, so many deaths. For what? What have we attained so far? The words of my father, so much has happened because of them. Alexandria swears that this time we will succeed, that the Hooper will undo all our mistakes, free us from the terrible haunting gaze. But so we don't accept the consequences of our actions. This letter. Vidadini Quisiat? It would be enough, I think. It's time to send it. I'm just not sure that it's the right thing to do. So it looks like we're getting to see through the eyes of the characters from early on in the game. The shadow has vanished. A large crack in the wall. A few rays of unearthly light stream through it. Well, this is very weird indeed. Looks like something's on there, though. A slate disc. Oh, that's for the gramophone. Maybe? I don't know. Black disc is made of something like slate. No, that's not for the gramophone. Not sure what that's for, actually. We could try it on the gramophone. I mean, this place is probably not bound by traditional rules. A disc is indeed a disc. Yep, it works. When I put the disc on the gramophone, it starts spinning in its own. Wait, is that a melody coming from the house? Okay, so it triggered something. Excuse me, everyone. Having some issues with mucus this morning. So if my voice sounds a little funny, that's why. Oh, another door. It's just the shadow of the lynx projected onto the wall. Or is it? A lynx. The hatch is locked. Okay. I took it for a stuffed lynx at first, but I think it's actually made of wax. Oh my, I accidentally broke off a piece of its mouth. I accidentally broke off a piece of the wax lynx's face. The wax lynx is now missing half its jaw. Maybe the sound's coming from elsewhere in the house? But we had to follow a sound to get down into the basement early on. Looks like this game assumes that you remember stuff from early on in the game, which is great for continuity's sake. Ugh, there's a dead cat on the floor. I think it's rotting. Its eyes are missing. There's something on the floor beside her mouth. Bet this opens up the hatch. If I remember correctly, it was a gold key. That opened it before. I guess the doors just appear now, randomly. Oh, it's pitch black in here. You are of no worth to us anymore. There was barely any worth to begin with. Is this really the best option your supposedly brilliant mind could envision? A few meaningless words, a pathetic attempt of your guilt-saddled conscience to remedy the situation, and then you hope to wash the blood from your hands with a cheap exit. Look upon yourself, Anthony. See what you have become. Witness your only true legacy. Is that Mr. Beechworth? I see something through the shadow, slowly taking form. So they weren't talking to me, they were talking to Anthony. Beep. Anna, sweetheart. How did this happen? Yeah, this game definitely references a lot that happened, particularly in the first episode of Season 1, so definitely go back and watch all the episodes, or at least just watch the first one so that you'll get a lot of the references shown in here. Too late. It's too late for us. But he still can choose. I have to warn him. Lots of flashbacks in this area of the game. Oh, what's this? I'm back here now? There was something on the ground near where the masked person was standing. It's a fragment of a broken mask. A piece of a Greek tragic mask. Okay, they don't really have anything new to say. I thought maybe they would. Oh, I can pass through here now. That's weird. Oh, now I'm here. A large sea stack just off the beach. It seems to have a lonely demeanor. There's a hole in the ground. I have seen gardeners digging holes like these when they need to transplant trees. Oh, can I put the root in there maybe? It is well covered. I planted the root in the ground. Do I need water now for it? These trees are the only reminder of life around here. It's as if they were guarding the statue. Underneath the statue's hood, there is an empty hole where a face should be. I remember seeing statues like these in Professor Wright's garden. Shadows linger in... how do I pronounce that? Zailethal? Like insects trapped in a cobweb. At its center, the spider lies in wait. Oh, the shadow. The shadow of a child is sitting in the corner, shaking in terror. As if peering through a keyhole, I can see things moving in the darkness. Another cutscene. Another flashback. I like the style, but those themes. Does Lena approve of this kind of art? You have not lost your old sense of humor, Alexandra, even after what happened. Do you not recall that sight? I would erase the memory if I could. I find that painting makes it easier to bear. What brings you here, anyway? It has been years since we have heard from you. I thought our old cause had long been forgotten. Listen, Ashdown, what if I told you I have found a way of crossing safely? The shape of an eye is painted on the blackboard. Dazzling light shines through the window. I guess there's nothing else here, but maybe it triggered something elsewhere. I don't know. Oh, there's a cave here. Well, there's a piano here. A grand piano. It's missing a key. Oh, now I have to go on a wild goose chase to look for the key. Could it be back up the stairs? Maybe in here? I don't see anything on the ground. No. Where could the piano key be? I don't think they'd make me go all the way back to the house. What the heck is a meal? Huh, okay. A colossus born of rock and craftsmanship, relegated to the briny backwaters of this nightmare, and to the emotions of injury and despair. The grand piano, it's missing most of its keys. Looks like a piano key. Okay, so we found the key through here. What about up the stairs? Is that a coffin? There are two curious symbols engraved on the statue's stone. A massive tree has grown underneath the coffin, busting it open. Some macabre artist has placed a life-size statue inside. Was it placed by a visitor, or does it represent another memory? Or was the statue somehow... No, I cannot bear to think of it. No, these statues, it is almost as though they are the children of the standing stones that dot the horizon. They are less weather-beaten at any rate. Underneath the statue's hood, its face bears an evil grin. Okay, so this, of course, is in reverse, since I'm in a meal. I can't read backwards, so I have no idea what that one says. Looks like it says something differently. Another shadow. What is this? Shapes are forming through the shadow. I cannot look away. I must see. Another flashback? His name is Professor White. Right. Yes. I recently had occasion to meet a disciple of his. He referred to himself as a psychotherapist. I had the impression that White's methods more closely resemble those of my trade than those of yours. He is eccentric indeed, but I think his thesis may be proven correct. If so, we might have found a way of reaching the threshold without attracting the attention of the custodian. A shortcut, you might say. A shortcut through the veil. The problem is in the method itself. It has some unusual requirements, and we would need a man of great sensitivity who knows the peril of reaching the door. Maybe that's what they use Devitt for. Planks have been nailed over the windows, but to what purpose? There aren't enough planks to provide protection or keep the light out. A giant drawing of an eye, yet it looks more like Saturn than the rings surrounding it. Looks like a music seat was left on the desk. There's something wrong with this music seat. Well, maybe it's in reverse because we're inside of the mule. Maybe it'll be fixed when we leave the mule? Okay, so the piano wasn't here. Let's put the key on. The key fits perfectly. Add the music seed. The melody seems simple enough. I think I can manage to play it. The problem is I don't know which key is which note. There's something strange about this music scene. Melody goes fa, 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 sol, la, ti, do, do, do. Okay. Oh, okay. So you have to click on them and then he tells you. So this is sol, la, ti. Okay, so it's okay, messed up. Fa, 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 la, sol, la, ti, do, 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 do. Why didn't it work? That's alright. Me, we're not using it. Fa, 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 la, sol, la, ti, do, do, do. I did it! I did it wrong, obviously. I'm gonna peek at a walkthrough. Oh, it's a mule! Because of the mule. Okay, so instead we would go... do, do, ti, la, sol, do, fa, 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 fa. As I suspected, it is the melody that I heard at White's Mansion. What's that? It's coming from another place. Is it coming from up here? No, then the music stops. Could it be coming from inside the mule? Yep. Maybe where the other piano is. Ew, that's where the piano was. A terrifying sight looms where the piano once stood. It's being pulled on threads like some monstrous puppet. The threads converge on a distant point. Something is taking form there in the darkness. It's an old classroom, but that shadow, who? Someone else was here then. Before me. This is not possible. The shapes beyond. The light. My fingers. No, do not come any closer. My hand, my hand. Do I want to know what just happened? Probably not. Some things are better left unknown. I like the way the UI like warps back into shape. Is that another piece of a mask? There's something on the ground near where the masked person was lying. It's a fragment of a broken mask. Piece of a Greek tragic mask. Can I put them together? Can I combine them? Piece is still missing. So we're missing one piece. Do we go back into the house? Maybe... Did we do everything here? I feel like I'm missing something. I've already done everything in this area. The first time I found a mask base, another path appeared in this area that I couldn't go through. Maybe another path appeared again? Oh yeah, in between the trees we couldn't get through before. Two curious symbols engraved in the stone. I don't remember the other symbols that were engraved in the other area. I'll have to go back and check again. Another shadow. This one's very creepy looking indeed. A tall figure stands in the woods. I might have taken it for a tree or not breathing heavily. Inside, I can see things near the threshold getting closer and closer. More memories. After what happened to Father Glenn, I think they will shut down the school. Anthony, that thing we saw, I don't know what it was. But what about your father's diary? Myths, legends, superstitions with no basis in scientific observation. Anthony, talk to us. Alright. My father discovered several ancient myths pertaining to the veil. They come from a variety of cultures and hence take many different forms, but they all say something similar about what resides near the threshold. An ancient being that sleeps within the fog, protecting the door from intruders. A vengeful custodian. But no matter, at any rate, my serum was a failure. We got but a glimpse of what exists out there, nothing inclusive. But what if the serum had worked? If you guys heard that just now, that was just shadow in the background. I don't know, as I said, I have no data. And those myths, what do they say? Those tales, they all say that if any intruder got too close and was discovered by what sleeps in the fog, then the custodian would be relentless. It would pursue the intruders and destroy them, wherever they might hide. There would be few ways to protect themselves from its rage. Another symbol. Can we go through here? Oh, is this like a maze or something? I don't know which symbol is which. Or which one I'm supposed to go through. I don't know where to go. Okay, now I'm back where I started, I think. Okay, it's a sequence, but I don't remember the other symbols. Since I don't remember the other symbols, I'm gonna have to cheat, look up a walkthrough as a guide for what the other symbols were, but I'm betting the symbols form some sort of map. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, this is the right one. Okay, which one is this one? This one. And then Not that one. This one. Not that one. I feel like I'm going in a circle. This one. It's the wrong one. Not that one either. This one here. And we only need to do one more, I think. And remember this one. It's like a V shape, kind of. This one. Cutscene. Is this David? A shadow strongly resembling my patient stands in the clearing. I can see through it, just like the other shadows. 4 men are making careful preparations. I know not for what. This captain's scared. David, are you certain that he can guide us safely through the fog? His results are extraordinary, Anthony. It is the best chance we have of avoiding the gaze of the custodian. There can be no doubt that the captain survived an encounter before. He even kept a companion from harm. We will finally see what lies hidden beyond the curtain. It is time. Do I just go forward then? Ooh. That's horrifying. A huge statue of a mythical creature is aboard with the head of a wolf? Or was it a lion? The inscription reads 30 boards. An enormous black feather. Despite its size, it is extraordinarily lightweight. The summit rises above the fog, though all I see is fog and an endless ocean of clouds. What's that noise? Something's out there. It's getting closer. Those must be the 30 boards. Those look like far more than 30. Is he asleep? He is now. It has been so long, I had begun to lose hope that he would ever awaken. Were you able to speak with him? Anthony, David has forgotten everything. Everything. Good heavens. It may be for the best. Our research is likely to take some time. If he truly has amnesia, his contingent will protect him until we are ready. But so we fail. Remember what happened to Hugo? Ashdown entered the Vale in full knowledge of what might happen, and we We will succeed where right fail. We will use the serum to induce primal terror in a controlled environment. In one stroke, we shall overcome all of our obstacles. But when the time comes, we must have a means of guiding our dear friend back to us. There, we will be safe. And this looks to be the last piece of the mask. There's something on the ground where the mask person was kneeling. A fragment of a broken mask again. A piece of a Greek tragic mask. Wonder if this is the last piece. So sorry everyone, that was just hearing a commotion in the background. It's actually taken me 3 different tries to hopefully finish recording this video. Yeah, that was just a bit of a commotion in the background. My son was pretty angry and in a bad mood, so I had to stop recording, and now I'm picking up where I left off at. So yeah. Hopefully I have all 3 pieces of the mask now. I'm gonna try to piece them together. There we go. An eyeless mask. It is similar to the one that I found at Alexandre's safe house in London. Okay, so we have the mask. Not quite sure where to go from here. Do we put the mask maybe... Oh wait, we just tried to interact with the mask is eyeless. I cannot see a thing. Oh, okay, so if you click on it, you actually try to wear it, I guess? That I didn't know. I don't think there's anything in here. What if we put the mask on? I get the impression we're supposed to wear it in a certain area. Let's see if we can figure out where. Yeah, let's definitely see if we can figure out. Okay, now I just had to start recording yet another part because OBS just randomly crashed. Something doesn't want me to finish this video. Maybe the video is cursed just in time for Halloween week, right? Like, maybe this is a cursed recording because it keeps stopping. Trying to see where exactly they want me to go. Oh, not through the forest again. No. No, not through that confusing forest again. I'm just walking back here. The man at the entrance said that these ruins contain the access to the threshold, but I see nothing. David said it is the starting point, the first place to look. Darkness will light your way. What did he mean? I bet darkness will light your way means to put the mask on, because I can't see anything, so therefore darkness. It looks like a poster for a theatrical show, but it has neither a title nor a date. Well, that's another big hint. It's a tragedy mask, so wear it at the theater. Yep, I was right. The mask kind of looks like a pillow face, I'm not gonna lie. The man is sitting next to the open curtain. Welcome, Dr. Wakefield. Alexandre Dupree? Yes, I have been waiting for you. We all have. All have to take a break real quick to drink my cozy drink. And for those who are curious what I have been drinking, right now this morning it's cappuccino and coffee, so it's both, but usually it's cappuccino or coffee. Occasionally hot chocolate. Perfect season for cozy drinks. I was in that pit in Islas Mall when suddenly I found Devitt, but he disappeared. I journeyed through the fog and found myself here. But how is this possible? Ale is small. I do not know that name. Oh, it's Ailis Mall. I thought it was Islas Mall. I have been butchering the name this whole time. I'm so sorry, everyone. Many paths in our world lead to this place, Dr. Wakefield, and I know only a few. In some of Illathal's meals, you see the truth linking into our world, and in others you see yourself. I knew you would reach us at last. He was certain of it. He? The first founder of the Order, the artifacts. Do you not yet know his name? It wasn't Devitt. He was drawn into it. I think it might be Anthony Beechworth. Do you mean Mr. Beechworth? No, Anthony started the group at school, but by the end of his life he had lost the determination to go any further. Do you not yet know his name? Do you mean Mr. Aston? No, Hugo came here long before the rest of us, but he made a terrible mistake. He peered into his own truth, and he was transformed. Could it have been Devitt? The person drawn back into it is the one who started it all. Do you mean Mr. Devitt? Truth can be hard to accept. Yes, Jeremiah gathered us all under the same rule. Vedete ni qui siat. See that no one knows. We knew of the final truth which lay beyond the threshold. This is what the playwright was committed to finding. This was Jeremiah's obsession. The first language which is said to grant the power of creation. After our experiment at school, we realized the path of the Ancient Ones was watched by a fearsome guardian. We needed a way to circumvent the inexorable gaze of the board. I found Captain Skid, who had met the board and lived. We decided to use him in a test. It was a catastrophe. We eventually found the survivors, but their memories were incomplete. Jeremiah had failed the worst. He had been left devoid of any memories that were related to our efforts. We were desperate to find a solution. Hugo tried and failed. And then, Anthony and I miraculously came across a formula that had lain forgotten for centuries. At last it was time to bring Jeremiah back into our ranks. That was nearly a disaster as well. I did not anticipate Anthony's sudden madness or the extent of Father Ernest's decline. Mercifully, Jeremiah's life was spared. But something else was wrong. When Jeremiah reached me, he did not remember everything. He had changed. He told me that he was going to put an end to all of this. He still means to acquire the first language, but he wants to use it to ruin our work. He has already crossed the threshold. Once he learns the final truth, none of this will ever have existed. The Order, the door, or ourselves. You must stop him, Doctor. You must stop him before the curtain closes forever. There is no time. You must decide. Well, I set out to save Devitt, and it seems I will be doing that. Once more I found myself enshrouded in dense fog. Gradually the fog dissipated, revealing a busy street in London. Dizzy and exhausted, I wandered the streets until at last I returned home. I barely recognized it. I crossed the dusty threshold like an intruder. I noticed for the first time that I was holding the robe of the playwright in my hand. I kindled a fire and threw the robe into the flames. As I watched it burn, I remembered the black ocean. I had stood there on the beach, staring up at the terrifying heights of the vertiginous Mount Quaff where the robe is said to lie. Then someone touched my arm. It was Dr. Wakefield. Oh, so now we're thinking from Devitt's point of view. Our encounter on the endless dunes had not been an illusion. In his quest to find me, he had ventured into the veil itself. Oh, the pixel art in this game was just amazing. He said nothing, but it was not necessary. He had come to take my place, to sacrifice himself. He stayed behind and closed the door after giving me the chance to escape. His reasons I will never know. I do not know what happened to Alexandre and the others, but I feel that they are trapped in the Illithol for all time. I stared at the endless rain splattering against the window, and I remembered that I had something else to do. A last promise to keep. Vedete ni qui siat. And we have actually finished the last door. That was the series finale as well as season finale for season 2. I really thoroughly enjoyed replaying this game from front to back in pretty much one continuous loop. You know, going from every week a new episode to a new episode. I've really enjoyed it. This still, I think, would have to be my favorite horror point and click. Probably one of my favorite horror games, if not my favorite horror game. I really suggest you check this out on Steam. I do not know if it's still available on the App Store, on Google Play. I think it may be gone, but you can find it. You can find the APEC file through other avenues. I think it is still available actually on the Switch shop, and you can definitely check it out on Steam. This game is worth a playthrough if you enjoy Lovecraftian horror, folk horror, slow burn type horror, or just horror point and clicks in general. Geez, if you're just a horror fan in general, check this game out. The story, pacing, and everything is amazing, and there was a lot of replayability because there are a lot of achievements to hunt. I missed so many just on this playthrough alone. So that's why I kind of revisit this every year, because there is still so much to see and unpack, and every time you play it, you kind of understand it a little more and take note of things that you may have missed the time before. So I'm done singing this game's praises. I think you all know how much I enjoy this series by now. I hope you really enjoyed watching me do this playthrough. I know I've enjoyed playing it, so I hope you all have a wonderful Halloween week. If you celebrate, if not, just a wonderful autumn week. I'll see all of you on the next video. Actually, no, I will see you before the next video, because I just remembered there's a bonus episode that I haven't played, so it doesn't look like our time here is at an end, even though it says the end on the screen. It doesn't look like our time is at an end just yet. So we will be going to the main menu, and hitting extras. And we have one bonus episode, The Mask with No Eyes. So we're gonna go ahead and play that. The inner circle is gathered once again. A whole cycle has passed since the last playwright traveled to the land of shadows and fog. Now the mask with no eyes has chosen a new Baal. The path between worlds will be visited once again, and the veil upon human eyes shall be lifted forever. The playwright meets now the custodian of the threshold. An ancient being guards the door of mist. May the playwright take its light and stand by its watch unnoticed. For a wisp of fog shall reveal the truth. The fire of dawn scorches through the barren desert. The austral flame shines within the dark forest. The boreal embers brighten the dark sky. The pyre of Zephyrus glows in the dark ocean. The playwright will stand in the center. I will? And the curtain will be drawn at last. And then its eyes will open. I feel like that episode was best played last after playing through the 4th episode, because I feel like that was meant to be like a what if scenario if you hadn't have stopped the ritual, or if you hadn't have drawn the curtain, or maybe that's what happened, you know, to Dr. Wakefield after you chose to leave him behind. So once again, I hope you really enjoy this series, and I will see all of you in the next video. Bye!